Silencer is an intelligence hero who can be played as a support, but in most pubs he is played as a carry. Today we'll be checking out how I've managed to be so successful playing the hero. Let's start out by checking his main 4 abilities. Curse is Silencer's first ability. It slows enemies, deals damage over time, and every time an enemy affected by Curse casts a spell, its duration is increased. This makes it an excellent counter to spammers like Bristleback or Skywrath. Glaives is Silencer's bread and butter. It adds additional pure damage to your base attacks based on Silencer's base intelligence. Silencer can become a powerhouse late game using Glaives thanks to his passive Int Steal, which steals 2 intelligence from any enemies that die nearby and gives them to Silencer permanently. Last Word is Silencer's main nuking ability early game. This allows him to build up some valuable stolen Int. Last Word grants vision on enemies for 4 whole seconds, which makes it great for ganking. And Global Silence is a global silence. It's pretty self-explanatory. So let's check out how we're going to build Silencer. We're going to start off with a pointing Glaives. This allows us to deal some nice early game damage and harass enemies, and we'll max this out by level 7. Between each level of Glaives we'll invest our levels into Last Word, only skipping it at level 6 to get our ultimate. This allows us to max Last Word by level 9. We'll be picking up our ultimate as early as possible, as mentioned before at level 6, as well as level 12 and 18. Same goes for the talents at level 10, 15, 20 and 25 respectively. Usually I finish off by picking up Curse last, unless laning against a Bristleback or some other spammer, in which case I'd pick up 1 level of Curse at level 2 or 3. In case you've forgotten, Silencer is a carry. He thrives best in the safe lane, but ideally I'll pick him up for the mid lane, due to the level advantage which helps him gank with his nuke to earn some early intelligence. Let's look at our item build. We start off with a Null Talisman and Tango. This gives us some nice early game stats that gives more of a punch to our Glaives, as well as the required regen in combination with Shrines to deal with any early game harass. Follow this up with Paratreads, which we'll set primarily to Int, and either a 4-staff or my preferred weapon of choice for this build, Shadow Blade, which we can upgrade to a Silver Edge if required. This allows you to get the jump on squishy heroes such as supports, and build up your intelligence. Although if you're up against a Bounty Hunter or Slardar, you may wish to get the 4-staff over a Shadow Blade. Next we'll be rushing into a Sheepstick. With our build so far we should be able to gank and get a kill every 1 to 2 minutes, which means rushing a Sheepstick should be no problem. This will provide us a perfect way to control any heroes we've had difficulty killing up to this point, as well as a massive boost to our int pool. And that completes the essentials to this guide as Silencer. But just in case you feel like spending all the gold that you're going to earn by getting all those kills, consider picking up a Dragon Lance, which can be upgraded into a Pike, or even possibly a Skadi, Shivas or Rotavatos thanks to their control that they provide and their stats. While we're at it, don't forget to always have a TP scroll. And while wrapping up our item build, there's something I need to mention. Silencer shouldn't need to pick up a BKB thanks to his natural ability to silence his enemies, and the whole point of this build is to make Silencer a hero who can get in and out of a gank as quickly as possible unscathed. Silencer is an amazing counter to spellcasters like Invoker and escape heroes like Anti-Mage, thanks to his natural way of preventing them from doing anything they want to in fights. Also worth noting is Silencer is a great counter to Huskar, due to his pure damage and natural tendency to pick up Silver Edge. Speaking from experience, Silencer has a few notable allies that can help him out in the field. Any slowers such as Undying or Venom can help him catch his prey, and any big ulti casters such as Crystal Maiden can pull off their ult far more easily thanks to Global Silence. Another pairing worth noting is Odin and Silencer both benefit from Int Steal, making them powerhouses in fights. If you're still in your early days of learning Silencer, I would suggest avoid picking him up against heroes that can ruin his Shadow Blades such as Slardar or Bounty Hunter, and any hero that can steal away his intelligence, like Slark or OD. Also, when playing your games, watch out for BKBs as they'll prevent you from casting any of your abilities on targets, including your Glaives, despite their pure damage. I really hope this guide will help you guys, and if you liked it, leave a like down below and subscribe to stay up to date with more builds like this one.